What up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Ninja Josh Evans. This is the new game that I'm going to be playing. Look, I get it. Denial can be an ugly thing. Alright, and I'm listening to what you're saying on YouTube. I get what you're saying. Okay, technically the whole world is in problematics, but it's each person's life is different. Each person's being is different. And we're not blind to seeing certain things go on. Wow, what the hell's going on here? Now I done seen it all. Crazy is all over the damn place. That don't look right. That looked very disturbing. Should I be concerned? Well, okay. Um, the best way to explain this right now is that it's not this by what you see or that animal responding back with a response level, and somebody says, well, you're denial, you're delusional, you're, you know, not, you're seeing things. And it's not just because of the actual advanceability, it's because of the actions of the person that didn't take the response level to see the interaction level of what is really going on by their own footsteps. So logically, as you get older, you start to realize things, but kids see things that we don't see, okay? Because they got perfect eyesight. So I'm not going to say toddler. That's not what I'm going to say. I'm going to say a young child, okay, can see stuff. We can all see it, but as we get older, we start to wear down from certain things. We start to get fed up with certain things, and we start to realize that we can't pull that stuff like we used to be because our body systems don't react the exact same way. And we start to realize differences. So you got to ask yourself a question. Where do you stand later when the time is right? Do you stand with that whole problematic of two economic systems going on there for advanceability, or do you try to establish what you can understand and forget the competitor and competition or the so-called problematics that are going on with that field of expertise that has become the problem, and you look for a solution that you can establish with? Or do you just keep on arguing with these people that are always going to have a comeback for a university line to throw back at a person just to bully somebody in intimidation? You know you're not going to get very far with that. You'll get far by establishing what you can understand to establish. So it's simple of that point of view, simple enough to know that you establish what you can identify to understand. Not what you could throw back to get at a person to believe them into a brainwash, guilt trip over humiliation way. But you understand that our electronics go very far and they're meant to do certain things. Now, if people would use electronics this right way, we wouldn't have this problem. Problem is you got too much self-centered groups that want to sit there and use it against the world by a secret weapon source. Then you got Donald Trump wants to actually, pegger companies over cards. And then you got companies over here. So let me let you know, my lady, what I think about that. I think both of them need to grow up. Here's Donald Trump and that company, because it takes two to tango and two to make up. And I think our companies need to learn manners on clientele people, manners of people together, not sitting there taking their anger out on an algorithm in an ad line to get back at a person, or a credit card for credit, or ways of life to sit there and backfire tax against people over them over a nationality when they should be loving all nationality and helping all nationality, helping all people around the electronic devices. I think the problem is we don't have enough security like we used to on our devices, and that's why we're having more attacks frequently on ad lines between service lines such as algorithms on the Gemini and AI. That's what I think is going on. So the best thing to do is move forward and hope for the best that they clear up these relays of problems. That's the best thing to do at the time being. So let's move forward. Let's enjoy the time that we have. Be thankful for what we have. Arch and love, ladies and gentlemen. Peace and many thousands to come by.